Welcome to Paco the Realtor channel, where I talk about real estate, rants, and other things that can make our life really interesting. Hey guys, this is Paco the Realtor, your friend in real estate broker, storyteller. Today is Conquer Wednesday. Today is the day I speak to you about conquering fear, not just in real estate, in life in general, and everything we face. And I was thinking about this. What am I going to say about this? What fears have we all conquered? I didn't want to do real estate because I do real estate most of the time. So I was thinking, what can I do? Then I realized what has been the most challenging and most fruitful part of my life. Being a father. Being a father is the best thing that has ever happened to me. By far. I want to get emotional just thinking about it. But it's also been the most challenging, right? There is no playbook. There's no outline. Our parents don't show up and say, here you go, Paco, read chapter 1 to 10, and you're going to know how to raise your daughter. You're not ready, but you just do it. You just do it. You just embrace it and you do it. And you do it as best you can. You do it with much passion and love. Now imagine if we applied that much passion and love that we do to our children to other things, how far we can get with it. So that's what I want to talk about to you today. Facing your fears. And today I want to talk about my fear of being a good father. See, I didn't know what to expect. This beautiful baby was born and there you go, figure it out. I remember the first time walking into Babies R Us for the baby shower. You know how they give you that stupid little scanner and you got to scan? I looked where all the milk bottles were. And there was this whole wall. And immediately felt overwhelmed. Where do you even start? What do you do? I mean, I looked at my wife, this is yours. I can't deal with this. I have no idea. I thought it was just one stupid bottle and you just clean it over and over again. So that's a fear I had. So what I want to talk about more importantly is the process of it. Being a father, like I said, is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But I had a decision to make, and we all have the decision to make. How involved are we with our children? Emotionally and physically. We all work, we all have careers, we all have jobs, we all have a million things pulling us in a million directions, right? We all have stresses in the life. We all have challenges, fears, ups and downs. How do you do all this? And I just decided just to do it. And not only decided just to do it, I decided to go all in. Now, obviously, my career path and my life has put me in a position where I had a lot more time to spend with my daughter than, for example, my own father did. My father worked a lot to provide for the 6 of us, and he did what he could with what he had. But I had to make a decision. As an entrepreneur, you got to be working 16 hours a day. So if you're going to work 16 hours a day and you're going to raise a family, oh, and by the way, your significant other is also a career person. So then do you just hire a babysitter? And the answer was no. We would not hire a babysitter other than, family, but we would do the best. So there I was, showing houses with a diaper bag and a baby in hand. I remember multiple times going and opening the door, telling the clients to go in, and I would run back, change a dirty diaper. And in the beginning, I was a little embarrassed. I was embarrassed because what would people think? Wow, why does he have the baby with him? Why is the baby always with him? Doesn't he have family to help him out? Doesn't he this, doesn't that? And yes, I had all of that. But I didn't want to put the burden of raising my daughter on my family, which, by the way, they helped me enormously. I can't even tell you how much my family has helped me with my daughter. Enormously. As she's gotten older, there's meetings I just can't take her to. So if she's not in school and my wife's working, then Mom, can you help me out? And I've been blessed in that, and I couldn't have done it without them. But I made a decision to go all in. And what that meant was I was going to be Mr. Mom when I needed to be Mr. Mom. As a lot of you guys know or might not know, my spouse has a job that pretty much he works 5 days a week, 12 to 16-hour shifts, and it is almost impossible for her to be home. So that leaves me, and I decided to embrace and roll with it. So now I took her to my appointments, I took her to open houses, I took her everywhere. She's my little assistant, right? Doesn't mean she likes it, but I embraced it. I embraced it so much, I became a soccer coach even though I didn't plan on doing that. I became a track and field coach even though I didn't plan on doing that. For the record, I've never been a soccer coach or a track and field coach. Baseball is the only thing I've ever coached. But I did it. And it was challenging from a time standpoint. It was challenging from a what am I going to teach him standpoint. But it has been awesome. And I realized that that was a decision I made. And there's a lot of people out there that make decisions to run away from their fears. And it could be as simple as I might not be a good dad, so therefore I'm not going to spend as much time with my daughter, which could have been an easy thing for me to do, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I got to work a lot. Sorry, baby. But I embraced it. And I'm here to tell you it's extremely difficult and challenging from a time standpoint, from an energy standpoint, but it has been very fulfilling. And isn't that life? Isn't life... We're not given a manual or an outline or a step 1, a step 10 on how to succeed in life. And then what is success? What does that look like? Well, guess what? Everybody has different. And mind you, it's not always just making a lot of money. I know people that aren't very wealthy that are way more happier than people that are extremely wealthy. So you need money to pay the bills, but that's not the ultimate. And we live in a society where we worship people that are millionaires but might have a broken life, right? Family life. Well, balance is the key. And we hear this over and over. So our parents or grandparents, they give us tips and guidance, and they have all these quotes growing up that they give us that we laugh at, and we're like, oh, here they go again. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. You know, it's like, oh my God. And now as we get older, well, guess what? We become our parents and we start repeating everything they said. God help us. But life is about, there's no manual for life. There's so many doors we open that we don't realize the consequences if we go left or right. Perfect example. I graduated college in 99. In 2001, I applied for the LAPD to be a police officer. Los Angeles Police Department. Went through the process, got hired. I was going to be a cop. Last second, I decided not to and became an entrepreneur. Now, in retrospect, was that the right thing? I don't know. All I know is this is the decision I made. But I can tell you, if I had gone down that career, I probably wouldn't have as much time to spend with my daughter, right? Because that's a very demanding career. And now, my spouse is one. So, you don't know. That's the point. So all you can do is make decisions based on the information you have and go at it. Don't give up. Go 100%. And guess what, guys? Who cares if you fail? Isn't that part of what we need to do? Isn't that what we need to teach our children? Fail more often. I have 1,000,000 more percent respect for the person that has tried and failed often than the person who hasn't tried anything and failed at all, because that person is not living. Yes, we must pay the bills, and yes, we need to make money. But I'm not talking just about entrepreneurs. I'm talking about anything. The guy who wanted to learn how to play the guitar but couldn't figure out, I'm musically challenged. I mean, from so many standpoints. The guy that tried a sport and it didn't work out. Whatever it is, life is like that. So whatever that fear is, there's only one solution to it. Open that door and do it. Without being scared of being judged or failing. My biggest failures were painful. In retrospect, they're my story now. They made me who I am. And that's just the reality of life now, right? But we need wisdom to teach us that. And it's, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we're all going to be thankful for something, hopefully. And, may I make a suggestion for this weekend other than avoiding Black Friday? Which I'm not, because my fridge died, so I'm gonna have to take care of that, but that's a rant for another day. Be thankful for where you're at. Look back to see how far you've come. Emotionally, financially, the ups, the downs, be thankful. And then look forward to see how far else you have to go. Because as long as you got goals, you still have drive, right? And guys, we all got kids, we all got careers. That doesn't mean we can't have goals. And then don't get stressed out, which I used to do a lot. I used to stress because I looked at how much farther I had to go. So no matter how many times I achieved my goal, I was still stressed because then I looked at the next chapter, which is kind of stupid if you think about it, but that's what I was doing. And I had to become self-aware to realize that's what I was doing. So look forward and think, wow, I can't wait to open that door and see what happens. And look back and see, wow, look how much wisdom and knowledge I've gotten. Look how much challenges and pain, how they have molded me to become who I am so I can give this wisdom to our children. If you've never failed, you've never lived. If you've never tried something new, you've never lived. I will argue with you that living outside the box is where life is. Not in the box, but we stay in the box. In the box. That's not good. All right, guys? So I leave you with that. Progress, not perfection, I always say. Progress, not perfection. So accept where you are. Embrace it. Hug it. Love it. Just like being a father or mother. You just embrace it, knowing that you don't know what the hell you're going to do, or how to change a diaper, or how to feed a baby, or how much ounces of milk to give, or how much sleep they're supposed to or not supposed to get. Or, I mean, oh man, I could write a book on things you don't do with kids. I'd have a lot of it because I just didn't know. So don't stress about it. Embrace it. Love it. And if you do that, I promise that when you reach that chapter, you're going to look back again and be like, wow. And then you're going to look, and then now you're going to have another chapter ahead of you. And that's life until we leave this earth. We never stop going to the next chapter. All right, guys? As always, this is Paco the Realtor. This is Conquer Wednesday. Your friend in real estate, your realtor, and more importantly, storyteller. Until next time, guys. Hey, thank you so much for watching our videos. I appreciate it. If you really like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting out a lot of content on a weekly basis, which will be real estate related and a lot of stuff of just me ranting. So thank you. Remember, subscribe.